Our passion didn't start with the mouth. It started with people, with the well-being of the profession. And if you're like me, maybe a little bit of your nerdiness and all things tech too. We all want to love what we do, but the truth is, burnout, people problems, and glass ceilings can keep us from doing what we set out to do. So let's get back to the heart of connection. Welcome to the Dental Handoff. This show is about passing you the knowledge, the habits, the systems, and the strategies to lead your teams, lean on your tech, and listen to your gut while you take care of people and truly the overall health of our communities. Let's stop using the wrong end of the toothbrush, y'all. My name is Dr. Kelly Tanner. Oh, and uniquely, I'm a dental hygienist too. You can consider me a guru in the dental and leadership industry. With over 3 decades of experience, my goal is to take you to the next level by empowering growth, perspective, and confidence. By identifying the gaps, recognizing the plaque, and extracting the truth with the other experts in the field. I'll share their stories, empower you to own yours, and elevate your passion in the process. So have a seat in the chair, put on your bib, and let's get to work. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dental Handoff. I am Dr. Kelly Tanner, RDH, and guess who I have with me today? I get to be hype girl for Teeth Talk girl, Whitney DiFoggio. Whitney, it is such a delight to have you here with me today. I'm so excited about having you. You're like this person that I know that I laugh at and with all of the time. I'm going, how does she come up with this every day? You know,
Oh,
it's just, I've been such an admirer from afar. Just you bring such a light and happiness into my personal life. So I just glad that you're here. So
oh
welcome.
my goodness. Thank you so much for having me. This is so fun. I always love talking with fellow RDHs, and I'm really happy to be here and talk some teeth. So thank you.
Yes, yes. I've told you guys that in December, it's kind of like those people that I've always wanted to meet that I'm just like, dang it, I'm getting them on the Dental Handoff, and I want people to know their story because there's always a story
Yeah.
behind the person and
Yeah.
so much that we have learned on our journey.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. And you see
That's
Whitney's her pink chair in the background. So she's going to tell us all about that too. But
really good.
tell us, I always love to start out with why dental hygiene? Like what about it? What about dental hygiene drew you to it?
Yeah, so okay, it's funny enough, I always wanted to be a dentist. I'm not a dentist, and that has changed drastically. I'm not interested, but so my whole life, I just in my brain, I just like going to the dentist as a kid. That was my thing. I just wanted to be her. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be my dentist as a person or her occupation or her career, but so I just kind of went the whole dental route my whole life. And then during my undergrad, I was pre-dental club and all that stuff. And then after I got my bachelor's, I did not apply to dental school because I started freaking out thinking like, do I really want this? And you had to do so much shadowing and observation hours for pre-dental club. And I always found myself like watching the hygienist instead, right? Like I'd always be like, oh, I'm supposed to, but I want to see what. So I just kind of like realized like, I don't know if this is for me. So I just applied to dental hygiene school thinking, you know what, like, let's see, because let's see. I always tend to watch the hygienist. Maybe I will like this more. And yes, that's exactly what happened. I fell in love with it. No turning back, no looking back. I was in dental hygiene school. Like this is what I'm meant to do. And here we are. I just still love doing clinical. Like clinical is my favorite thing ever. I love being one-on-one with the patient. But then I also love doing all the stuff I've started on on the internet as well. Yeah, so but I just want to keep learning. Everything about dental hygiene is just so awesome, and a huge part of dental hygiene for me is communication with the patient. And so I'm actually in grad school right now, and learning all about like health communication and blah blah blah. And I just obviously everything I do online too is like communicating with the general public about teeth. And so I want to really get that skill down pat. And so I'm all about that, and I really fell in love with the dental hygiene communication aspect.
That is so cool. So you
Who
still
would have thought?
practice, you still are in clinical practice?
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I'm super part-time, but I look forward to it. Like that's my favorite part of the week is going in. But I think yeah, I think that is 100% I'd still be doing that clinical full time if I didn't realize, like, if I it's hard, when you love so many things and you're like, I just can't do it all. Like, I love YouTube, I love the website, I love everything I'm doing, but yeah, I'm just trying to do a little bit of everything that I love.
And that's an important part of it because I think that one of the cool things about life is you get to taste the buffet of life and you get to say, I want a little bit of this and then I want a little bit of that. And on the days where maybe this isn't filling you up as much, maybe something else can that you've chosen that's in your life that you can. And it's good too to be, okay, I want more of this and less of this in the next upcoming weeks. So you're going to phase something out. And so that's a great life lesson. That's great. That's great comment right there.
It's wild. It's one of those things too. I never planned. I always thought I'd be a dentist owning my own office. Like at this part of life, like I always thought that was going to be my life. I was going to be a business owner or dentist, but that's not at all what I am, and I'm so happy. Like I just went, yeah, like you said, I just went with the flow. I found what worked for me, and what would make me happy, and so yeah, I just kept going, doing my thing. Got to do what makes you happy.
When did you decide that you wanted to be Teeth Talk Girl? Or what was there something that you were first? Like, I want to
Yeah,
know the background. Like, tell me all about it.
yeah, totally. So I graduated dental hygiene school in 2015. So wait, yeah, 2015. Oh my goodness. And so, time flies. And so when I was waiting for my license, my dental hygiene license, I was working as a dental assistant at the time, but I was like so eager to be a dental hygienist, like again with patient education and communication. I just wanted to like have my own patients and like talk about. I remember during a root canal appointment once, I always tell this story because I remember I was assisting a root canal and I'm like talking to the patient about flossing. And I remember my boss was like, she's just, I know it's not a time or place. She's just excited. Like, you know what I mean? Like the patient was like, uh-huh. It was so funny. Anyway, so I was so excited and eager, but I had to wait for my dental hygiene license. And like, I think you get an email now and it comes a little faster. But for me, it was like months of like checking my post office mail, like the mail box. And I just wanted, so that's when I made my YouTube channel. I just was like, you know what? I'm so eager to be a hygienist. I'm going to be a hygienist on YouTube. And so I was like, that's something I could do. I could just talk about random, I don't know, dental hygiene topics. And so that's what I did. I created my first video. My first video was what's the best mouthwash? And it was very much like, I just talked about how there's not, mouthwash doesn't make or break your routine, blah, 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 all the stuff we all know
Yeah,
as
yeah.
dental people. But, I just kind of gave like some tips and tricks to the different types, but I wasn't interested in like, it wasn't like product pushy or anything. It was just literally talking about the information. I didn't talk about any products. But anyway, long story short, I made that video. Just it was fun. I thought like my mom would watch it, maybe not one person. And then all of a sudden, a lot of people watched it. This was like 2015, like way before like a lot of things were a thing on social media. So like I feel like I was like, okay. So I was running with it. People started asking for more. All the comments were like, do a video on this, do a video on this. And I was like, okay. And I was like having fun just doing it. Then I got my dental hygiene license. Didn't do YouTube for a while. I was excited to clean some teeth. So I was in there. But then I missed it. And so I started doing a little bit of both. And then, yeah, fast forward to now, like YouTube's more of my full-time job and and clinical is my part-time job. So it's just wild how things like that happen. But I love it so much. I think something about like community dental health. Sorry, I didn't answer the question about Teeth Talk Girl. I will. But I'd explain where the YouTube channel came. But yeah, I think something about community dental health, like telling people like in the mass communicate. I just love like explaining why flossing is important and this and that. Like one-on-one is awesome, but so is group. Like I just love like, I don't know, that type of like spreading awareness. But yeah, teeth are, so I used to be dental hygiene with Whitney. I don't know, just dental hygiene with Whitney. And then like, as I think like probably after I like started working clinically and then like when I came back, I was like, I need to think of like a name. And I don't know, like, more than, and I was like, how about tea? I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but I was trying to think like teas, because teeth. And I was like, talk. I don't know. I was like, teeth and talk. And I always said, let's talk. Like I always did that. So yeah. It just came together. Teeth talk girl. So
I love that. It's so cool to be behind the scenes and to go back and say, "Remember that day we decided the name of your company?" Usually it's
yeah,
around maybe a glass of wine or something,
yeah. I don't know
and it's
what it
among
was.
friends where it's like, "That's it. That's it."
Yeah, that's so funny. I'm a very like alone person. Like I'm like an only child, and like I grew up like very so I'm sure I just thought about it in my head alone one day and was like changing it online. Like I don't know. But yeah, that is funny. Most people do. You just never know when it's coming. And I just remember thinking like I need a name, you know? And I think that was before TikTok was a thing, which is like so funny because everyone, whenever I say teeth talk, they're like TikTok. I'm like, no, teeth talk. I need to like be more articulate. It's so funny. Everyone's always like, did you get that from TikTok, teeth talk? And I'm like, not at all. It wasn't even in existence. It's so funny.
Are
But
you
now,
on
yeah.
are you on TikTok as
I
well?
do. I do have one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do, I'm all about like Instagram because like that's probably just my age group of like liking Instagram. But I do like a lot of reels and I try to do more TikToks, reels, the whole
Was
thing.
was it a big learning curve for you?
Some of the little like I love like video editing and blah blah blah. I think I just get always aggravated whether it's any type of editing app kind of aggravates me just because I like to edit on my real editing programs, right? So like
Right.
I
No, I
I use
know.
I use kind of still cheat a little and like we'll edit it on my computer and then just like post it after, which I don't even know if TikTok likes that, but that's what I like, so I do it. But yeah, no, it's just I think you got the little things, learning things, but eh.
So you went into this with really no intention of being born into Teeth Talk Girl, and you followed what you love to do. And what is your like, was there anything prepared you to go into this? Do you have some kind of background in video or anything?
Yeah, all of it actually. It's so funny. So I always said I wanted to be a dentist. I mean, I just said like I always want to be a dentist, but I always was really interested in being an actor as well. There was like a moment in my life when I thought, should I just move to like LA and like pursue acting? Like I had like a good group of friends that went to LA to do acting, a good group of friends that went to New York to do Broadway. So I was like, I always was in plays and this and that, community theater, this, and like I always made. I was in a lot of shorts. I just love any kind of acting. But uh, funny to say shorts now. Shorts is such a different like word, like or like thought now. But no, like back in the day, like short films. I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway, so
short. So Shorts
yeah,
is a short film.
I know, right? Yeah, like I'm like, oh, people are thinking I'm probably talking about YouTube shorts. No, but I actually worked. So before I got into dental hygiene school, I worked full time on NBC's Chicago PD. I was I was a stand-in. I know. I was a stand-in for one of the main characters. So it was kind of cool. A lot of people like a stand-in is like there's like first team and second team. And the first team is like the actors you see in the movie or TV show, and the second team is the stand-ins. And like you'd go through every single scene. Like sometimes depending on the director, you memorize the script and you do every scene. And then you switch and you give like first team like the notes, like stand here when you say this word and so you like it's really like a cool involved thing being a stand-in. And anyway, so I was loving that, and I thought, and it was the first season of Chicago PD, so I was like, oh, what if it doesn't? I literally almost didn't go to dental hygiene school. Like I literally almost was like, maybe I'm going to do this, and then last minute I thought, what if it doesn't get renewed for a second season? Then I don't have a job. So I went to dental hygiene school
Did it get
instead.
renewed again?
It's still on. It's
Is
still
it
on. It's
really?
been on for like 10 years, like however long, like seven. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but it's all good because like I really feel like I found a way to combine my two passions of acting and teeth, right? Like I'm able to still like do entertainment, fun stuff that I love. Video editing. I love video editing. A lot of my friends went to film school. So like I just kind of learned how to video edit, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, it all kind of came together. It's wild. I don't even know. I'm just so happy that I figured out a way to combine the two passions, acting and teeth. Yeah. So I definitely have both backgrounds.
So you're balancing both because it sounds like Teeth Talk Girl could be almost like a full-time thing.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It totally, I love it though. Like, so it's so cool because I have a lot of friends who are actors, right? And that's what they do. And so, like, when they agree to be in one of my videos, or like if they want to do a filming day, like I just did a bunch of skits with a few friends, and those skits are going to last me hopefully forever. We like film so many skits in a day. Like, whenever we can, like, coordinate our schedules, I'm like, I will write scripts. Let's do silly videos together. So I'm really happy to be in like, my friends are just, and family, everyone's really supportive and like helps me live my dream, and then they get to live their dreams too, hopefully, because we all get to play act. It's so cool to be your own director, writer, and actor, right? Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really really rare as an actor to be able to do that. Like really be creative, and I don't know, I just love it. Yeah, it's so fun. So yeah, it's
So
full
what you
time,
just
but we
said
love
made
it.
me think of a question. This is
Yeah.
like a nerdy question, but I think that
No.
you might enjoy it.
Mhm.
So when you go to record and you say that you have like tons of film from these skits that you did. Do you go
Yeah,
in knowing what the skit's going to be about, or does it kind of
exactly.
evolve, or you go from a script? Like what comes first typically?
I'm not an improv. It's 100% scripted. Everything is so I'm a wild writer. Like that's all I do is write. And I everything's like verbatim, word for word. It doesn't look like even my like YouTube videos, I read a teleprompter. Nobody knows that. They think I'm just talking because when you write it, you're not like reading. Like I still know. I don't know,
Right.
but I just I don't feel I don't know. Yeah, everything's scripted. However, a lot of my acting friends do have improv backgrounds, so they'll throw stuff in there and I go along with it and I love it. But I'm not a big like ad lib person, but I welcome it and I love when they do that because it keeps my chops up. I've taken a few improv classes, but that's not my I'm definitely like a memorized scripted actor. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, everything's written.
And so, like, what kind of advice would you give someone who is thinking about getting more into YouTube or, oh gosh, just dabbling in it just to learn more about themselves? Like, where do they even start?
I think, it has to come from within. Like, if you, like, wanna do it, I think you'll be fine. I don't know if that makes sense, but if it feels forceful and you're like, "Oh, this is something a lot of people are doing nowadays, I should do it." I don't think that's the way, you know what I mean? Like, I think like, I've had a lot of people who say, like, they wanna get their message out or whatever, like, whatever their cool, awesome message is, and they're like, "I need to probably make a YouTube." I'm like, "The way you just phrased it, I need to probably make a YouTube, how should I start?" Like, "Oh, the way you phrased it doesn't sound like that's for you." You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's such a thing. Like, there's so much that goes into a YouTube video. I know it sounds stupid. Like, the shorts are different. Shorts you can do really quicker and easier, but a YouTube video, like a full length one, like I don't know. It has to come from within. You got to really love it. Now, if you really love it and you're like, gosh, I really want to do it, and like I'm so excited, I think funny enough, I'm going to answer starting on YouTube is watching YouTube. Like you like with anything, you could really learn like your lights, camera. Like I learned so much from YouTube after all my friends like got jobs in film and acting and like they weren't around for me to be like, what do I do? Like I would just YouTube like how to get good lighting, which I don't have right now, but how to get like blah blah blah. Like it's wild how YouTube can answer all your YouTube questions. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, you can learn how to do anything, like literally.
Yes, it really is awesome, and that's really helped me in, like, even, like, writing scripts, like, sometimes, like I mean, like, I we all learn, like, in school how to write an essay, right? But that's very different than script writing, and I feel like, yeah, there's just so many resources online, like, free that can, like, help you I don't know. I don't know. I would say the free online resources is how I did it all, and that's the best.
How much would you say that it costs? Like if someone had something that they wanted to script out and they were pretty comfortable just
Yeah.
starting, how much does it cost to like start up to do something like this, would you say?
Oh, so when I started, it was like $0. You can start without having all the best you don't need all the stuff, you know what I mean? Like, literally, like, a ring light and your phone. If you have, like, an iPhone, like, literally, you'll be fine. Um, I don't think you need to put out a lot of money for something right away. My opinion. I don't know. I started before it was a thing. Now everyone is kind of more, like, doing all the good lights, but I used to use, like, my mom's, like, spotlight for the outside of the house. Like,
The
which was,
Christmas
like
light.
yeah, literally, and the shadows were all like, I looked like but I didn't know what I was doing. The ring lights didn't exist then when I started, honestly, so I mean, maybe they existed, but they weren't a thing. Anyway, I think you could do it for $0. If you have a phone and you could buy, like, a $20 ring light or whatever, like, I think go for it. If that's something you're interested in, like, 100%. But, yeah, I always can't stress enough that like social media isn't the only way to get your message out there, but if it's something you want to do, then go for it, right? I just see so many I have a lot of friends that, like people like even non-dental related that feel they need to make this and this for their business or for this or for that. And like yeah, you probably do, but like is that the only way? You know what I mean? There's so many other things out there. I don't know. So, but trying to sound like I'm discouraging it. I think the reason I say all that is because I'm always like, follow your passion, right? Like follow what you like, or like
Right.
I don't know. I'm just all about, or like partner with someone, and like maybe if you have a friend that enjoys the social media aspect, they do that, and you do the other aspect. Like I'm all about like doing what you love because I don't know. I've done what I don't love too many times, and I think I just am not like living life when you do. Like
For sure. Yeah. And what you do seems like so much fun, but
I'm
knowing
so thankful.
just what I know from my end of things, just when you get your systems in place, it makes so much it makes things so much easier,
Yeah.
and your efficiencies and stuff. Cause you're like, oh, I just turned something that took 20 steps into one. Cool. I
Yeah.
don't have to do that anymore. That's less time that it takes for you. And I know that that just comes with time and doing things to your preference level. But
Yeah.
to be able to do it and just stay in the zone of what you love. But when I look at you, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she is taking it to a whole other level. Look, you have a dental chair behind you.
True, true. So that is funny. You say, like you said, once you get your system in place, it does go a lot smoother, right? Like every time I used to film a video like here and there sporadically, I had no rhyme or reason to why it was like, oh, I have a few hours today. I'm going to film a video. I had no, it was just for fun, which it still is just for fun. But now it's like, now that I'm lucky to have a team helping me, like I have to like pick a time and day. Like I can't just do it when I feel like I have to like tell people to come with. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, the dental chair, like I used to like set up everything. You do the hair and makeup, you do the whole thing to do your video. And like it took so much time for one video. Now I've like got to a point where I batch them. So I do like 12 videos at a time. And then you only had to do your hair and makeup once, right? So it's just kind of
Perfect.
like, but like, it takes a while to like get to that, I guess, with anything. Like if you're doing homework or if you're doing whatever you're involved in, like once you get your routine, things go quicker, right? Like I remember the first time, like when I first started school again, like writing a paper, I was like, oh my goodness, this took me forever. Like I didn't remember how to write a paper, but then once you
Right.
like know, like once you know how, I'm like, oh, okay. So I think it's the same with video making. Once you figure it out, yeah. Once you,
So you have do you have like a whole studio? I know that you said you
yeah.
were
I don't know
explaining
if you
to
can
me.
see
Yeah.
it.
So this is
All
where you
right. You can
record.
kind of see the lights up there. Yeah, it's so awesome. So I had a awesome like gig with a local TV show for a while. It was like on their it was like a health thing. Long story short, it doesn't exist anymore. But when we were working with this TV show, we needed something where I didn't go to my office every day, like or my to film, right? It took a lot of resources to get to the office, bring all the stuff, bring all the camera, bring all the people. I was like, we need something like just in my house because we're filming for this TV. It's not just my own like YouTube fun stuff anymore. It's like a real show. So once we started doing that, that's why we got the chair and built the whole like thing. But it worked out because that show ended up not being picked up or whatever, or it got picked up, but it's canceled. Long story short, the show's no longer, but I'm still long, so I get to use all the benefits from that show. So I'm so happy. I don't think we would have had all this if that wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? I still
Yeah.
probably would have been using like the white background. But it's just so cool. I'm like, wow, things really just work out. They just work out.
They really do. Because it's like I always say, the answer to what you want is on the other side of just kind of following what it is that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, I'm like, how do you even come across a pink chair? Like, how does one come across a pink chair? Like,
It was the whole
oh,
thing.
hey.
It
So
was the whole thing.
that came with part of doing another show. Is that what I hear you saying?
Yeah. It helped. I mean, like we still like purchase all this stuff ourselves, but we did it just because we thought like we like when you like even out like going to my boss's like office every day or having my own here when we were like because that was such a commitment of like that show. But we did it, but it was wild. It was like a wild thing, but I'm so happy we did. It's so cool.
Yeah.
My husband and my brother-in-law helped me so much. They are like amazing. Like they put all that together. I don't want to like make it sound like I actually did that, but I was involved in the creative process of picking the colors.
That's so cool, though, because every time I see your videos, I'm like, "Where in the world is she where she has a pink chair?" That is a cool op.
Thank you. My guest room. I love it. Yeah.
So
Sometimes I take calls
when
on there.
guests come, is that where they have to sleep?
Yeah, right. I know. I always joke like, "You want to hang out on it?" Yeah. When I have like calls and stuff during the day, or like I sometimes sit on there and just like it's very comfortable. Like patients always say, like if you have a patient and they're like, "Can I just rent out your room all day?" Like it is a comfortable chair. Like it's very good for the ergonomics. So yeah, it's kind of fun.
What a wild ride.
It really is.
What a
It's
wild
fun.
and life is, it doesn't go I feel like when we think it's gonna go some way, it just doesn't. We don't have
Seriously.
control over parts of it, do we?
No, I talked to high schoolers recently. It was like a leadership workshop, and they had me talk about how like So I always thought I wanted to be a dentist. And my whole thing that I wanted to tell them was like, I was ashamed when I didn't want to go to dental school. Like, because I told everyone in my life, like, I'm going to be a dentist. I'm going to, and then like, I remember being like, oh, I really don't want to, but I'm not going to do it just because I said it. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Like I almost was like such a weirdo that I was going to be like, I've told everyone, maybe I should just do like what so then I think my point with to the high schoolers was like it's okay to change your mind. Like just because you've said something, like you grow and you learn that like maybe this isn't for me, you know. And so I like explained to them like I still am like a business owner and I still am like doing things that I thought I'd be doing just in a different capacity, right? I'm not a dentist with a traditional office. I'm a dental hygienist with like a company, which is so exciting. So like about dental health, like a dental media company, right? So like I just it's very similar to what I always thought, but it's not, you know, and it's different. But yeah, I guess my point is, like you just said, like, yeah, just do what you want. It's okay if you change your mind.
Yeah, because I think we get stuck in what our identity is or what we thought it was, but
Mhm.
life is so much cooler when you detach from what you think it's going to look like.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Right?
That's very
Is
true.
you get to thrive in that because it's like during it's my birthday's coming up in December. So like during my
Oh,
birthday week, people
happy
are like, what do you
birthday.
want to do? I was like, I keep it open so I can flex. And so like when things come up, I'm like, oh yeah, I can go do that now. And it's because
I
I
love it.
don't get attached to like, we're definitely going here and this is all we can do. It's follow what you want to do and the fun will come and what you put out is what you get in. Truly, it comes back to you.
I love it. And that is so hard for me personally. Usually, the pandemic honestly helped me a lot pivot my mindset on that, right? Like I am such like a structured, like from this time to this time I do this. I am like my whole day is just I am a wild organization freak. But like I really did learn that it's okay to move things around. We're gonna survive. We're gonna be okay. You know, like I used to freak out when like a flight would be canceled and I'd be like, oh, what am I need to get? And now it's like, it's cool. We find a different airline. It's gonna be fine. Like I just everything, yeah. I think that was the hardest thing for me. I mean, us hygienists, I don't know. I hate to stereotype, but like a lot of times, like our job, like clinically, is like removing everything from that tooth, like perfectly clean tooth. Like and I get it. Like we want everything to be like, at least for me, I'm only speaking for me, but I know some friends that agree. But I am like really like I always want everything like a certain way. And so yeah, it's cool when you could train your mind to be like, it doesn't not every aspect of life is that.
Yep, because you truly it's like, okay, patient's late. What do you do about that? Same thing you would do if airline's late. There's nothing you can do except for realize what else you can be doing while you're doing that. I mean, you can't control that.
Nope. Yeah. And then you could stress yourself out and or you could just be like, let's just keep going. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just you gotta let it go and kinda roll with it, and I
Yeah.
think that's the adventure that we talk about too in
Yes.
life, and
Yeah.
when we get so structured, it can close off so many more opportunities that we don't realize.
True, true, so true. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking a million of examples in my life. Yeah, you just gotta it's hard for me. I am like it's wild that I'm even saying that sentence that going with the flow is important, but I think I just keep saying it to myself to remind myself.
It's true because what your brain believes is what actions follow through with it on the back end, and so, I mean,
See,
you're an example of that, and,
Ryan.
are there any other final words or advice you wanna give our listeners today or
Oh,
viewers?
yeah. I mean, I know we keep saying it, but follow your passion best you can. I know that it's not always like sometimes I say that, and I'm very aware that there's times in life when you can't follow your passion. You have to survive, right? And so, like, that's okay. And like, I think it's okay to recognize that every season is different, and like, there's always next time, and you know what I mean? Like, I think we just need to not be hard on ourselves. It's such like, there's so many things going on, and yeah, that's my biggest thing. Like I could be super like motivational, inspiring, and like, yes, just follow your passion. But I understand there's sometimes that you can't. So, but just know that there's always like tomorrow, there's always the future. Like you'll get to that passion. You will, but do what you need to do before then and then like get to it, right? That's probably my best advice. I don't
Oh, I mean, it's great advice, and it's a
yeah.
lot sometimes it's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because you get in your head about it and then you just stop doing anything.
100%. Because sometimes I hear like motivational speakers, I hear people saying like, just do this, follow your dreams, blah blah blah. I'm like, sometimes it's like physically not. If you have like things going on, you can't, right? So I think yeah, that is so important to know. Like, there's always going to be tomorrow, and like one day at a time, and you'll get there. You'll follow your passion, whether it's dentistry, whether it's whatever it is. It's coming, because I'm telling you, I had some times when I was like, what am I doing? I thought I was going to be a dentist. And then like all of a sudden I'm like, no, what I'm doing is like, I'm so happy. Like, what is it? Like, just because you told the people something doesn't mean like you could change your mind. We're all okay.
And I love
Yeah.
that you're still true to what you wanted to do originally, which is educate,
Yeah.
is what you're doing.
Yeah, I just, it's just, we all know like the statistics of like how many people don't even like realize that flossing is important. They think it's just something annoying we tell them, and like, or cleaning between your teeth, whatever you want to say. Just people, they like, I just feel like it's so, the approach of just being like one-on-one with our patients, like we're all humans, and like that's really where what my YouTube channel has evolved into. I just want it like a non-judgmental place, because a lot of people feel very judged at the dentist, according to my uh, polls that I've taken on YouTube. So I don't know, that's just based on the people that watch. But a lot of people, yeah, say like, I'm literally afraid because I don't want them to yell at me, like, and I just don't want it to be like that. So I'm trying to make it super clear that like, we're on this together. Like, if I go to the doctor, they're yelling at me about something too. Don't worry. Like, we're all, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to make like, just because we are like the dental people, like we are all human, and we understand like everyone has different priorities. So yeah, that's my big thing, is like, I just want everyone to feel comfortable, and we're all here to help each other and like learn about the importance of healthy mouths.
Yes, it's true. And then, in our community too of entrepreneurs and educators, it's us helping each other along. So I know that we are better together, and
Yeah.
we can learn a lot from one another. And
Yeah.
I just so appreciate connecting with you. Where can people, other than going to your Instagram, Teeth Talk Girl, how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, also, Instagram's great. You can DM me. But also, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/teeth talk. And then my website is teethtalkgirl.com. And there's like a little question box where you could like, you'll get like send emails there as well. And then there's also Happy Teeth. I know we didn't get to chat about it, but givehappyteeth.com is also me. So you could always find me there too if you're not feeling like you're talking teeth, but you want to give happy teeth. So the
Oh,
Instagram
that's
is good.
cool. Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, we didn't get, no worries. It's cool. It's a purses and bags company. Long story short, it all started with a tooth purse, and it has since evolved into a whole brand of, bags and accessories for all healthcare workers. And for every item purchased, we donate a dental health kit to someone in need. So I'm really, it's like my passion project as well. So anyway, but yeah, I'm on there too. If you want to DM over there, Give Happy Teeth is the Instagram.
I love that. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. All the cool things that you can do just by having fun and following your passion, right?
Yes, I love it. It makes me feel happy.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much to all of our listeners and viewers. Thank you for listening in today. And Whitney, thank you for your time. If you guys wouldn't mind doing me a favor and going on to Apple Podcasts and give me a 5-star rating, 5-star, Whitney, 5-star.
I was giving thumbs up. I'm like, give a thumbs up.
5-star. High five.
All the good things.
Yes. And thanks for all that you all are doing to take care of our communities and our patients, and be well and have an amazing day. Take care, everyone.